right. Take a look at this gallery of beautiful faces. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the Clearing the Clair's Masterclass. It's so wonderful to have you all here. Hey, Michael's in. We have had over 500 people register for this class. I don't know how many are actually going to join us live, but you're all going to be getting an email afterwards that's going to have the link for the recording of this, because it's being recorded for posterity. You're going to be able to go back to this class anytime that you want. It's called an evergreen class. And I hope that you get everything that you want out of this. It's going to be a beautiful day. Someone was asking me, I thought it was only going to be a half an hour. And I'm like, well, sorry, you're going to get an hour of free information. Only because I thought we couldn't possibly have more than 50 people, but 500 of you have signed up. So there's going to be a lot of information that's coming. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for stepping into the world of what I call the woo-woo. I've been told that I'm a woo-woo person because I'm a psychic and I'm a medium and I'm a full body trance channel. I channel about 12 different ascended masters. And I am a healer, I am a teacher, and I am a mentor. So I teach people psychic healing tools. I teach people how to enhance their psychic gifts. And most recently, I started channeling Jesus about 2 years ago. And he now comes into my body and we actually put our hands on people and he takes stuff away from them. So that's about as woo-woo. If you want to clear a room at a party, don't tell people that you sell life insurance. Tell people that you channel Jesus and watch what happens. It's not very popular, but you know, this is how God made me, literally. So I want to introduce you to a couple people that are really important to me that are here today. First of all, James Pizacos is the gentleman that I started this whole mission with back in 2016. James and I met on a train. We had a similar vision. We talked for about 45 minutes and we decided to create something together. We wanted it to be meditation and healing and teaching. And then it blossomed into Soma Life. We had a sanctuary in Huntington. Several of you have been there. And in the time that we were open for business for about 5 years, we had over 50 different teachers come through. We had over 1,000 different students come through and probably close to 500 different classes that we taught. And then of course the pandemic came and everybody kind of scattered to the wind. We ran a psychic development academy through Soma. And what happened was my business started taking off, me personally working with people, coaching, teaching, healing, and mentoring. And I've been doing that work for the past couple of years. And it has been just extraordinary. But there was a part of me that was like kind of still hiding out because I was like, okay, I just had you talk to your deceased grandmother, but don't tell my mother. Like if my mother knew what I was doing, my mother, as soon as she found out, James will attest to this, she walked in with pictures of Mother Mary. She walked in with pictures of Jesus. She walked in with pictures of Archangel Michael. And her best friend, Aunt Mary, said to her, wait, she talks to dead people. Does she levitate tables? So this is how it's been for me. But most recently, I met with one of my mentors and I said to her in front of a group of thousands of people, listen, I'm afraid of coming out. I feel like an oddball. I feel like a weirdo. And she goes, you are a weirdo. And I just started laughing because it's the truth. Like we don't get taught how to talk to dead people. We're in school, we get taught algebra and geometry. I use algebra and geometry when I pack my suitcase to figure out the size and the shape of things, but that's about it. So today I'm going to take you guys on a journey of ESP and 4 different abilities that I love to work with: Clair Sentience, Clairaudience, Clairvoyance, and Cognizance. The other people that I want to introduce you to are some of the people that are on my team. So we have Priyanka, who you met. She was providing you entertainment until I joined. And Laura Lee. So Laura Lee and Priyanka are my assistants. They are extraordinary. They help me do everything behind the scenes that needs to be done as far as setting up groups and inviting people and emails. I do a recording every day of one of the 12 Ascended Masters that I channel, and they go on to my YouTube channel, which is called Soma Life Sanctuary. I think there's over 1,400 videos there now. It's quite prolific. And then I've got a bunch of people that are the teachers that I have taught over the past couple of years. And Jill Amato is one of them, and Jill is here with us today. And then let's see, Ellen is here as well. Ellen is an extraordinary dear friend of mine. She reached out to me back in December and said that someone that, well, I don't want to name names, but someone that she was very, very close to, like as close as you can possibly be if they weren't your blood relative, without outing you, was struggling with cancer. So we did some healing on him, and it's been amazing what happened. So I invited Ellen and her, he shall remain nameless person, husband, to come and join my classes. And she has just taken off. So Ellen is now an incredible healer, as is Jill. Jill's extraordinary. I just want you to get to know some of the people on the team. Let's see who else is here. So Bernadette's here, but Bernadette's incredibly shy. So I don't want to embarrass her too badly. But one of the things that I do when I teach people how to read the Akashic records is I test them. So I know probably about the past 10 or 12,000, 16,000 years of my lifetimes, because I've been doing this for 33 years. So I will come into the students, and to test them, they open my Akashic records. And then I ask them questions about my lifetimes. And Bernadette was the one student that I had that of the 8 questions that I asked, she got every single one right. And there's no way for her to have known. So she's that gifted. That ability she has is both clairvoyance as well as claircognizance. So the clairs are your extrasensory perceptions. They're what you know, see, hear, feel, taste, touch, and smell that come from spirit, but it's beyond anything that you could possibly know, that you haven't been taught, that you haven't experienced. So clairvoyance is the ability to see spirit beyond the physical eyes. How many of you have that gift? Please raise your hand. Awesome. All right, I got to scroll. I got 25 people to a page, and let's see, we have 100 people here. So I just have to scroll through the pages to catch everybody. So bear with me. Okay, beautiful. Clairaudience is where you hear messages from spirit beyond the physical ears. How many of you have that ability? Raise your hands. Beautiful. Okay, gorgeous. Thank you. So here was my first experience at 24 with clairaudience. I was reading this book called 3 Magic Words. And the 3 magic words, not to spoil the book, are "you are God." And they have these beautiful meditations at the end of each chapter. So I did this one meditation, and you ask silently, who is it? You keep saying, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And I heard this voice clear of day, and the voice said, it's me. And I got so scared, and I didn't find out until many, many years later. That was 1984. There was actually Jesus who was talking to me. You know, scroll forward about a week later, I'm about to go to work, and this voice who's been talking to me now, and of course I think I'm going crazy, because like, who, you know, back in the 80s, you heard voices, you were institutionalized, right? So this voice says to me, take an extra pair of stockings to work. And I'm like, I'm not taking an extra pair of stockings. And then it said it again. And then when he said it the 3rd time, there was something inside of me that knew I needed to listen. Has anyone ever heard, like, if you hear things 3 times, act on it or listen to it? So I took a pair of stockings to work with me. One of my girlfriends, Mary Clayton, she calls me and she goes, hey, you want to go to the Lucky Fisherman for lunch? It's Friday, and they have the clam chowder that you love. And I'm like, absolutely. I think I had a date that night or something. So I knew I wasn't going to be going home after work. So we go to have this lunch, and we get our lunch, we eat our meals. As I'm about to throw the stuff away, my stocking rips on the wooden chair, because everything has like a nautical architecture to it. And I'm like, son of a gun, the ripped stocking. So I'm like, I'll be right back. And I go to the bathroom and I change the stockings. And he's not the one to say, I told you so. But what he said was, are you listening now? Have I got your attention? And I was like, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. I'm too young for this. This can't be my life. There's no way. And I got scared and I shut it down. So how many of you, when you were younger, heard voices or saw things that scared you so much? Please raise your hands. Exactly. Scared you so much that you were like, there's no way that I could possibly let anyone know I have that gift. Another person who's here, I just saw her, is Hannah. Hi, sweet girl. Hannah is someone who works with us as well. I'm sure the whole team is here. I love that you guys are raising your hands. So then another of the Clair abilities is Clair Sentience. Who here has ever felt when spirit comes in and you get goosebumps or the hair starts to stand up on end? Or you, for some unknown reason, the temperature in the room changes, like it gets cold. You just know there's someone there. You can feel it. You can't hear them, you can't see them, but you just feel it. Exactly. And then the 4th gift is claircognizance. And this is kind of like the mother of all gifts. And here's another thing that happens with the clairs. If you've got one clair that you've completely shut down, like you are willing to hear them, you're willing to talk to them, but you do not want to see them. So you maybe can see them with their eyes closed, but you don't want to see dead grandma sitting on the couch in front of you. So you've closed that thing down. What happens is some of the other clairs will start to make up for it. They will like overcompensate. You know how when someone is blind, but they develop an incredible sense of smell or taste or touch or hearing? So what happens with these clairs is, I had this extraordinary woman, and she was a shaman. So she had these incredible abilities, but she could not see. So we went into one of her past lives through Akashic past life healing. And we found a lifetime where she was the medicine woman, like the medicine woman for an Indian tribe. She had lived longer than any of them. She was like over 100. But most of the elders in the tribe, all the elders in the tribe had died off except for her. And instead, what happened was she saw that the tribe was going to be wiped out in a massacre. She saw that the marauders are coming, and she tried to warn them, and they wouldn't listen to her. So the day comes, and she had made sure that she wasn't going to be there that day. She was hiding out in a cave. The massacre happens. When she comes back, they say to her, "You did this. You made this happen." And they took 2 pieces of wood that they burned as hot as coals. They placed them on her eyes, and then they left her to die. And she's like, well, I'm not going to use that ability anymore. So we have these incidents that happen where we've shut down these God-given gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, and Clair Sentience. Does that make sense for you? So one of the techniques that I'm going to teach you today is a way. How much did I miss? He couldn't get in. You didn't miss that much, love. We're just beginning to have the conversation about the 4 different clairs: claircognizance, clairvoyance, Clair Sentience, and clairaudience. Now there's clair gusto, where you can actually taste from spirit. There's clairalience, where you can smell from spirit. Like when my grandmother comes through, she smells like roses. When my stepfather comes through, he smells like smoke because he used to smoke. So you may have those moments. You know, when you were little, you didn't know why, but you would get messages from spirit, or you could feel beings that were with you. So what I'm going to ask everybody to do is I want you to grab a pen or a pencil, something you can write on. The smells, Lisa, yes, the smells. And I'm going to take you through the process of how to measure your clairs. So I'm going to assume for everybody that's here, this is your jam. You're not here with your arms crossed because you're skeptical, but I am going to ask all of you to please participate, because this is really, really cool. Now, there's things that we know with our minds, but there's also intuition of what it is that we know within our hearts. The Aborigines actually say there are 3 minds. There's the mind in the head, there's the mind in the heart, and then there's also a mind right about where the sacral is, your place of intuition. If any of you studied martial arts, you know, it can be known as like your center. So I want you to write down CA for clairaudience, CV for clairvoyance, CC for clairconsciousness, and CS for clairsentience. Just write them down. Okay, so we'll start with clairvoyance. So this is very, very simple. On a scale of 0 to 10, and there may be some of you that have numbers higher than 10. Hopefully you don't have numbers lower than 0. But I want you to all close your eyes. I want you to take a beautiful breath in through the nose. Let it fill you up completely. Pause at the top. And then I want you to exhale through your mouth. And as you do, I want you to start to drop your consciousness down into your heart. Take another long, slow, beautiful breath in through the nose. Let it fill you up completely. Take a pause at the top. And then as you exhale through the mouth, again, drop the consciousness even further into your heart. Take one more long, slow, beautiful inhale in through the nose. Pause at the top, and then a nice, long, slow exhale through the mouth, coming completely centered into your heart. I want you to write down the first thing that comes to you when I ask you this question. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairvoyance? First number that comes to you, open your eyes and write it down. Beautiful. Did everybody get a number? Is there anybody that didn't get a number? Okay, beautiful. Once again, take an inhale in. And on your exhale, at what level from 0 to 10 is your clairaudience, your ability to hear messages from spirit? And again, if it goes higher, that's fine. Don't second guess yourself. Don't go, oh no, that number's too high, or oh no, that number's too low. Just trust your intuition on this one. Take another inhale in. On your exhale, on a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your claircognizance, your natural knowing from spirit? Beautiful. One more inhale in. On your exhale, from 0 to 10, at what level is your Clair Sentience? Okay, beautiful. 5.5, I like that. Okay. All right. So these are the measurements of your clairs. These are where you have an opening to be able to communicate with spirit. You understand that we are all spiritual beings living within a physical existence. So I'm going to ask if anyone is willing to come up and have me do this work with you. I'm going to now do psychic surgery on the lowest point that you have. So if you guys will type yes inside of the chat. Priyanka has been working with me for years now, and she is psychic beyond imagination. And I have asked her to pick the one person that spirit had already said, this is the person. You need to unmute yourself, Ellie.
Yes, I'm just picking the person. So I found here, let me find that person and unmute. Jennifer Abercom. And here I will add her. Let me pin her as well.
Okay, Jennifer, hold on one second. We're going to pin you to the screen.
So Jennifer, I did unmute you. If you can talk, Jennifer Abercrombie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
I can.
Perfect. I found you. I'm just going to add you to the spotlight. Here you are.
Hey, Jennifer. So thank you very much for coming forth to do this. So will you please tell me what your numbers were?
Okay, hold on, I need my glasses. 6 for clairvoyant was 0. CC
Claircognizance
was a 3, and Clair Sentient was a 6.
Okay, so your clairvoyance was a 0?
Yeah, sometimes I just don't feel very clear. And so that's what initially just kind of came up for me.
Okay.
And other times I feel very clear. So I don't know.
That's perfect. So with clairvoyance, the place I'm going to go when I take us into this technique is I'm going to have you go into your third eye. So the third eye is literally the space between your eyebrows. I want you to take an inhale in, and on your exhale, I want you to move back 2 inches into the center of your forehead. There's a huge cave there that's known as the Cave of Brahman. It's also the center for both your clairvoyance and your clairaudience. And they have to do with the place where you've closed down your third eye. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I'm going to lead you through a process that we call psychic surgery. And psychic, you can open your eyes, lovely. Psychic surgery is based on Einstein's theory of relativity, in that everything in the universe is made of energy. So if everything is made of energy, and we are these beings that are meant to experience emotions, do you know what an emotion is? It's energy in motion, emotion. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So here comes the energy, here comes what would, comes at us too quickly. So instead of us allowing it to pass through, we go, uh-oh, nope. and it creates this mass and it shuts down our abilities. It has a shape and a size and a texture and temperature and feelings and emotions and all this stuff with it. So we're going to go in and take a look at that. Are you good with that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have tissues handy? Because you may cry. I don't mean to make anybody cry, but it just happens sometimes. Because what's happened is there's usually some kind of trauma that's attached to it, you know, like having your eyes burned out because you were the visionary and you're like, I'm never doing that again. So let's go in and find out why you have said, I don't want to hear anything from the spiritual realm. I'm willing to see some stuff. I'm even willing to feel some stuff. I'm kind of iffy on just knowing stuff, but I'm definitely a no when it comes to clairvoyance. Okay.
I have trust issues. Yeah. With it.
Right. Exactly. And listen, you guys, I promise everybody's been murdered and killed and destroyed and raped and beaten and decapitated and burnt and hung and all that kind of stuff. You're not here by accident. I made this deal with the spiritual realm and I said, all right, you know, I'll open up my gifts. I'll tell everybody what it is that I do. I've mostly told people I'm a needle in a haystack, but if you're here, you've been brought here, you have an appointment with spirit in order to be here. I promise you that. So my love, I'm going to have you close your eyes. I want you to take a beautiful inhale in to your third eye. And on your exhale, I want you to go back about 2 inches into the center of your head. There's this enormous cave known as the Cave of Brahman. And your third eye and your pineal and your pituitary glands are right there, which give you incredible psychic abilities. There's some energy that's clouding it. So I want you to tell me, I want you to just give me the first answer that comes to your mind. What color is the energy that's there right now?
Green.
Beautiful. Thank you. What shape is it?
Square.
Thank you. Is it square and flat or is it square like a cube?
Flat.
Thank you. How big is it? I want you to show me with your hands. Okay, perfect. So we've got a few inches. Okay. Close your eyes again. Beautiful. Take a breath in. On your exhale, I want you to tell me, how much does it weigh?
It's heavy.
Very good. What temperature is it?
Hot.
Thank you. Does it have any sensation or movement to it?
No, it feels dead.
Thank you. What material is it made of?
I don't know.
Okay. What is its purpose?
Protection.
Beautiful. So the next question that I'm going to ask a couple times because now we're going to go into the emotions of it. So what's happened is something happened. You stop this energy from moving through and there's feelings and emotions that are trapped inside of it. So my first question for you is, what are the feelings and emotions that are trapped inside of it? Just allow yourself to breathe into it and to feel them. Yeah.
Fear.
Thank you. Before you go any further, my love, I just want you to breathe into that fear. Take an inhale in. And then on your exhale, allow yourself to just feel the fear. Can't hurt you. You're completely safe. Just allow yourself to feel the fear. Beautiful. It's bringing up some emotion and it's okay. Take another inhale in. And on your exhale, what other feelings and emotions are trapped inside of it?
I feel like a fraud.
Thank you. I feel like a fraud. Take another inhale in. On your exhale, breathe into, I feel like a fraud. Just really take your time with it. Beautiful. Take another inhale in. On your exhale, breathe into it. What other feelings and emotions are trapped inside of it?
I feel unworthy.
Thank you. I feel unworthy. Beautiful. Again, I want you to take a breath with that. And as you exhale, exhale into, I feel unworthy. Beautiful. Okay. Take another inhale in. And on your exhale, what other feelings and emotions are trapped inside of it?
The word blocked keeps coming up. Like
Okay.
I just feel blocked.
Right. So I feel blocked. That's fine. This is something that you did to protect yourself. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you to take another inhale. On your exhale, I want you to breathe into that feeling of blocked. It's a protection mechanism. What's underneath the blockage?
Anger.
Beautiful. I want you to breathe into the anger. Take an inhale in. On your exhale, breathe into the anger. Who are you angry at?
When I was young, my parents, now at myself.
My love, can you repeat that again? When you were young, your parents what?
And now myself.
Okay, so you were angry at your parents and now you're angry at yourself. Got
Well,
it.
now I understand that I chose them.
Right. Oh, isn't that a pain in the butt?
It's been a huge relief, though, understanding that.
Yeah. Well, wait till you learn about soul contracts. Those will blow your mind. Literally, I had the worst childhood you could possibly imagine with my dad, and he died about a year ago. And 6 months after he was dead, one of my girlfriends is a profound medium. She says, okay, Danielle, she says, now you can have a reading with your dad. So my dad came through and I said, Dad, I want you to know that I forgive you for everything. And he goes, well, do you want to know why I did it? And I said, why? And he said, because you asked me to. Like, ugh, I don't want to hear that. Beautiful.
No, I believe it.
Right?
And that's right. But I just keep.
Maybe just breathe into these feelings right now. Your mind's going to want to do something with them. Just close your eyes. You're completely safe. Let the feelings come up. Yeah. Feel the anger. Just allow yourself to feel the anger. It's okay to feel every emotion we have. But when we were young, we were told, stop crying. Stop being mad. I'll give you something to cry about, all that. No. We were meant to, ordained by God to come and feel everything that we agreed to. So this is beautiful. Take another inhale in. On your exhale, what other feelings and emotions are trapped inside of that green square?
Heartache, loneliness.
Thank you. Heartache, loneliness. I want you to take an inhale in, and on your exhale, I want you to breathe into your heart. When our hearts get broken, it disconnects us from God. Allow yourself to reconnect right now. Allow yourself to feel the loneliness, that place of loneliness. Thank you. Take another inhale in. On your exhale, what other feelings and emotions are trapped inside of it?
Gratitude.
Thank you. Beautiful. You know, when you felt all of the bad feelings, then all of a sudden the good feelings start to come up.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Let me ask one more time. Take another inhale in. And on your exhale, are there any other feelings or emotions that are inside of it?
There's a peacefulness.
Beautiful. Peacefulness. It's gorgeous. Any other feelings or emotions trapped inside of it?
No.
Okay. A few more steps. Take an inhale in, and I want you to surround that green square with a field of love. Like imagine complete positive regard, like you're just able to embrace that little green square and all the feelings that it was trying to protect you from. Just like God's golden light surrounding it. Gorgeous. Fully surrounded. Take another inhale in, and on your exhale, very gently and very easily, you're going to glide that little green square out of you till it's about 3 feet in front of you. Let me know when it's all the way out.
Yes.
Beautiful. Take another inhale in, and on your exhale, turn it white. And as you turn it white, it literally disintegrates and it goes right back to the heavens. It's energy that literally belongs to source that you've been holding on to. Now there's one more step, and this is really fun. And it's so funny. You're going to invite a fairy to lend you her fairy wand. And then you're going to tap the place inside of you, right in the center of your third eye. Fairy dust goes into it, and it heals the entire third eye. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to go through and we're going to measure your clairs again. How you doing? Beautiful. Okay. So again, just give me the first answer that comes to mind. You ready? On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairaudience?
6.
Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your claircognizance?
7.
Thank you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your clairvoyance?
4.
Beautiful. On a scale of 0 to 10, at what level is your Clair Sentience?
8.
Beautiful. So for those of you watching at home, your clairaudience stayed the same. Your clairvoyance went from 0 to 4. Your claircognizance went from 3 to 7. And your clairsentience went from 6 to 8 by releasing that energy. Well done, my love. Thank you so much. All right. You can go ahead and unpin her. I want to get the gallery back. So if you guys tried to do this at home, it's the simplest technique. It's incredibly profound. Clearing the clairs consists of measuring where your clairs are and then using this tool of psychic surgery that I created to go in and find the trauma. If you have trauma in claircognizance, just knowing, start at the crown chakra for clairaudience and for clairvoyance. Go into the third eye, and for clairsentience, usually it's in the heart. Sometimes the blockage may be in the throat, sometimes it's in the root, like it doesn't matter, but those are usually the good places to go. Priyanka, did you see that message?
Yes, okay. Yes, it's fixed now. It's all good.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, love. Okay. So we all have these gifts and abilities. And for whatever reasons, I was being told the story of what happened. I saw it. That's because I have an ability. I read the Akashic records. I'm a guardian of the records. I teach people how to read the Akashic records. But it's not our place to say, oh, and I'm seeing, and this happened to you, and then that happened to you. You always want to let the person that you're doing this work with, your client, your student, whoever it is, let them come to this on their own. It's really, really important that we don't interject our process. When I channel, I made a deal. I made a deal with God. I'm thinking of that great Kate Bush song, I made a deal with God. Anyway, what I promised is that I would completely let go of my ego. I would unhook it, and I fully step back so that when I channel, I'm an unconscious channel. Because if I'm a conscious channel, you're going to get my opinion on everything. Because my mother and I are these women who are like, and you should, and by the way, another thing, and you should do this and you should do that. So I completely step back and I just let spirit have its way. And it's profound what comes through. So when you're doing this with people, trust that spirit has their hands in this. I trusted that Priyanka was going to pick the perfect person. I trusted that, yeah, CS is Clair Sentience. I trusted that it was going to go really well. There are times when people come through and there's too much fear for them to be able to do this process. And that happens because we're humans, right? So anybody have any questions? Jennifer, thanks again for doing that. That was gorgeous.
Okay, should I start picking one person at a time, Lynn, for questions and answers?
Yeah, you know what? If you guys have questions, please raise your hands. Okay, great. Yeah. So Kathy G from South Florida has a question. She has beautiful long gray hair. Kathy, I envy you. I have not had the time, the patience, or the willingness at 60, about to be 61, to let my hair grow great. But I look at your hair and I'm like, why did I color my hair?
Thank you, Lynn. I was wondering what the significance is of the shape, the color, and the weight of the object that was being envisioned.
Okay. Perfect question. So this stuff lives amorphously within us, but when you can give it somatic qualities, when you can give it, soma has anything to do with the body, when you can give it a shape and a color and a texture and a size. Wait, where did she go? Oh, she just disappeared. Oh, there you are. Sorry. People are moving around on the screen. When you can do all of that, your conscious mind allows you to interact with it from a position of spirit, because it, you know, the conscious mind is like we're running in beta. It knows how to deal with the body. And if it can go, oh, well, here's what it feels like, here's what it sounds like, here's what it smells like, here's the shape and the size and the color, we almost trick the mind into allowing us to do the spiritual psychic process of surrounding it with love, moving it out of the body. And the minute that you turn it white, you release it right back to source. And I imagine that God and the angels are like, thank you. We've been waiting for that to come back from 17 lifetimes ago when you decided to hold on to it, you know?
Yeah.
It makes such a difference, because the logical ego mind is like, what are you doing? This doesn't make sense. This is one of our best friends. We've been protecting you. Don't you know that we're your greatest ally? And we're like, okay, thank you very much, Lily. Go. I'm going to let you go back to bed right now. And just, you know, like calm everything down. What I have found in my life, I've been doing this work since I was, I don't know how old I was. 33 years I've been doing this work. And my spiritual journey started when I was 11 and I read Edgar Cayce's The Sleeping Prophet for the first time. And I was like, the Akashic Records. I don't know what they are, but they sound really familiar. The first time I opened my records and read them, they started jumping up and down and they were screaming, halls of Amenti, halls of Amenti, halls of Amenti. And I got terrified and I closed my records and I was like, well, what just happened? And I went to my teacher, Linda Howe, who wrote the quintessential book on how to read the Akashic Records, entitled How to Read the Akashic Records. And I said to her, what was that? She said, they were just really excited to see you. Ask them to calm down and to slow down. So I went back into my records. This is 2018 when I did my 3-month training with her. And I was like, hello, like I was peering and I was like, hello, could you guys please come down? And they said, you're a guardian of the records. You've been a guardian of the records since we were in Atlantis. You were with us in Egypt. You know, all that I knew, but I didn't know my relationship with them. So I walk around with being able to, this incredible gift. My clairs are like off the chart because of how much psychic surgery I've done, how much past life healing I've done, how much work I've going in to look at what the soul contracts are. And this is something that I've mastered, you know, and this is why I offer it the way that I do. Does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Lynn.
You're very welcome. Okay, I've got Regina. Regina, you have a question? Priyanka, you can find them under the hands raised, which is at the top.
Okay. Yeah, I asked Regina to unmute.
Okay. All right. She's not unmuting. That's okay.
Okay.
Let's try, is it Lalaine? Regina's trying to unmute.
Yes.
Hi, Lalaine.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I had a late night phone call, so I didn't get much sleep. So excuse my beauty.
You were beautiful inside and out. Knock it off. What question do you have, my love?
Okay, so this is all just so new to me, but like I've always had a knowing.
Right.
And like I wrote down 5, 2, 10, and 7 now that I understand what the Clair Sentience is.
Mm-hmm.
But like I have so much doubt and unworthiness and abandonment issues. That
congratulations, by the way. Well, I said congratulations, by the way. Well done.
Thank you.
They're like, who wants one from column A and one from column B? And you're like, I'll take a lot, you know? Right. Is there anybody else here that's humble enough to admit that they have unworthiness issues? Please raise your hand. Beautiful. Anyone here humble enough to admit that they have self-doubt? Raise your hand. Thank you. Babe, you're in great company, I promise.
Okay. So, like what you just did with her was amazing. Because like when I close my eyes, all I see is colors. And it's usually like the most vibrant purple I've ever seen. Ooh, and it'll just like, you know, do this.
So you've got a guest that's just shown up. Your grandmother's standing here, your mom's mom. And I'm gonna cry. She said that you had the gift that she had. Ooh. All right, now I'm gonna cry. There are my tissues on the other side of the room. Anyway, so you are very gifted, and you just have to get over the self-doubt, and you can, and you will. If that's your intention, God will make it happen. So just have that be your intention.
I love you, Grandma.
She said she loves you too. She's with you, man. She's with you all the time. All the time. All right. Let's see. Jennifer has a question. Thank you, my love. Can we get Jennifer to unmute?
Yes, I'll ask Jennifer to unmute.
Hi.
Hi, yes. Jennifer.
How do you work on moving blocks of fear? I think I have a lot of fear built up.
Right. So the only way that you can handle fear is to fall in love with it. You have to fall in love with the very thing that you fear. You have to be willing, because fear is an acronym that stands for, as we know, false evidence appearing real. It looks like it's real. It feels like it's real. It sounds like it's real. It tastes like it's real. But you have to understand that it is the illusion. It is the greatest illusion of all. And the only energy that actually exists in this universe within all of our time, space, dimensions, and everything is love. So fear is actually an aspect of love. Every problem is created by its solution. So what you get to do is be brave enough to say, I'm willing to look at my fear and I'm willing to face it. I am one of the most fearless people that I know. I literally will eat fear for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I'm willing to face it all. And there's been some really scary stuff that comes up, but I'll be the first to go, you know what? I completely messed that up. I completely screwed that up. I'm sorry. You know, the Ho'oponopono prayer is a really, really powerful tool. The Ho'oponopono prayer is these 4 beautiful lines where you just say, I'm sorry. How many people would love to hear I'm sorry from the people that they feel wronged by? Everybody, right? You say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. When you feel their forgiveness, you say thank you, and then you say, I love you. Those 4 exquisite little phrases will heal everything. So my love, just be willing to be brave enough to face your fears, and you will come out the other side and go, that was nothing. And these tools definitely help. So before we ask the next quote, answer a few more questions, I want to let you guys know something. I teach how to use these tools. I have a class, I have 7 classes that I teach in a year, but the first one that I teach, and I teach that a couple times a year, is called Quantum Healing. And I teach psychic surgery, clearing the clairs. I teach 2 trauma techniques for dealing with psychic trauma. One is an entity handling, another is an incident handling. I teach how to read the Akashic records and Akashic past life healing. It all comes in one cute little class. And my staff and I, we got together and we've decided that we're going to offer everybody a special. I'm calling it the Esp Bundle, where I'm going to teach these 2 techniques on September 29th. It's going to be a 3-hour class. You're going to get the typed out instructions of how to do this. Classes are normally $495. I'm putting 2 of the classes together. I'm calling it the Esp Bundle. It's going to be $777. So if you guys want to participate with that, you can come and learn. I have a year-long curriculum. I have a mastermind. If anybody wants to register for the quantum healing class, it's normally $2,888. We're going to take $1,000 off and make it $1,888. And then you'd be able to use that money to apply to other work that you wanted to do. The same with the $777 bundle. So if you guys want to learn, you're going to get an email from me. This is all available to you. I saw some people saying, Lisa's saying she's in class right now. Yeah, a lot of these people have done this work with me over the years. These are tools that you saw how simple that was. I didn't know Jennifer from Adam. There was a trust that was built, and in that trust, you can go into someone's field and help them. And if you may not ever want to use it on anybody else, but my God, how great is it to just sit down with a pen and paper and go, okay, let me measure my clairs. Oh, that one's low. Let me take a look at where I feel that, and to be able to do self-processing, if you will. Kelly's hand's been up. Kelly.
All right, let's go to Kelly.
Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for offering it. It's definitely calling me. So
yeah. Listen, I wish I could say, oh, it was me, my charming personality, my dog with a smile. Spirit made this happen. I was like, I'm doing what? How many people? You know, I'm like, oh my God, 100 people. Oh my God, 200 people. Oh my God, 300, 400, 500. And at 500, I was like, I can't count that. I can't count anymore. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, what is your question, my love?
Oh boy, I have a ton. But my main one is I've started to channel alien beings, guides, kind of everyone. In the past, I would say maybe 7-8 months, and they speak through me, through light language, through automatic writing, through doing lots and like tons of physical healing work on me and the people around me. And a lot of the time the transmission is not as clear. And I found a way for the automatic writing to just scribble lines to kind of clear up the transmission. But they just come in when they come in, and it's not always the opportune time in the grocery store, whenever.
Here's what I can promise you. You have 100% responsibility to say, not right now.
Yep, I do.
And this is what I've done. And I've said, you know, like, it's like Teresa Caputo in the supermarket going, hey, I've got a message for you from da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Well, that's all staged. But you can say to them, I'm going shopping right now. Please don't bring anything in until I'm back home and I'm in front of my pad and paper.
Yep.
When Jesus and I started this journey, he woke me up at 3 a.m. and I'm like, really, dude? He goes, well, there's only an hour. I have work I need you to do. And I was like, okay. Had me come downstairs and I'm like, can we renegotiate this? One of my mentors and teachers, J.M. Hammer, he's like, yeah, Jesus used to wake me up at 3 o'clock all the time. So you can be the one to say, not now. Now's not the opportune time. They can't come without your permission. They can't come without your permission. 100%. They cannot come unless you haven't set a healthy boundary. If you set a boundary, man, they cannot come. They can't.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because
that's the rule.
Yeah, well, I had a trickster spirit that I don't know if they're all connected, but they come in and pretend to be people that I know that are still living, that have crossed over. They do automatic.
You want to hear why?
Yes. Because
of the lifetimes when you did that, when you were the trickster. And this is just like, we don't ever project onto anyone but ourselves. There is no one out there. So the vehemence with which you're saying this, like they're doing this to me, you are not a victim of a single moment of your existence.
Yep.
So there is no trickster that you haven't agreed to. It's just like when you get to the other side and you meet the trickster and he goes, "You're welcome. I did everything you asked me to do." And you're like, "What?" Like my father saying, "I did it because you asked me to." I was like, "I would never have asked for that." I was wrong. So just know that you're the one that negotiates the realm, the spiritual realm, and how they impact or penetrate or come to you or any of that. Negotiate. Go into meditation, call them forth. There's an incredible process that I teach when we do Akashic past life healing, where you go to a round table and you sit and you talk with your guides and you be like, "I'm sorry, but this is no longer okay with me. If somewhere in my subconscious or unconscious, I've agreed to this, I'm renegotiating," and they have to. They cannot come. It is an empirical spiritual law. They cannot come without your permission.
So I have gone to my higher self. I have done clearings. I have asked for any contracts that are no longer for my highest good to be canceled, sending it back, refilling myself.
But stop. It is for your highest good that the trickster is coming, because you agreed to that. So you're going to have to reframe. Do you understand?
Okay.
Your ego goes, "This is not for my highest good." And your soul's like, "Hello, of course it is." But your ego's like, "No, I don't want that." You have to get really honest with yourself and with your higher self, because it's all for our highest good. Everything that happens to us is for our highest good. And the spiritual realm is like, "What are you talking about? I got a signed contract right here, signed in her golden, angel blood."
Well, what's frustrating is that it made me shut myself down for a bit, because I am like not being able to differentiate or be able to discern who is coming through when they give me as much like validating information that it is absolutely my father, is absolutely my brother, who are still living, but they're giving me all this information telling me it is them, when clear that they have not crossed over.
But listen, you think our higher self and souls don't talk to us while we're embodied?
Sure.
I promise you,
I talk to my higher self all the time. Yeah.
I know, but listen, I promise you that is them. I promise you that is their soul aspect that's talking to you. I promise you.
Okay.
I promise you. You need to reframe all of this. Lovey, I'm going to go on to the next question, but there's work for you to do. Okay. Message me and we can talk more, okay?
Okay.
You're very welcome. All right. Let's see. Who do we have next, Priyanka?
I have Danielle here. Would you like? Let me put her on the spotlight, and then you're able to. Here I go, and I'll ask her to unmute. Here.
Hi.
Where are you? There you are. Hi, love.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I kind of have a maybe a similar question to the gal that just went, but mine is in regards to entities, like negative entities that actually I can feel them at times, and I tried so many different things to make it stop.
Okay.
And I just am like, I don't know what to do anymore.
So these mastermind classes, I'm going to start doing once a month. And I'm doing an Akashic Records mastermind next week. It's going to be the last one that I do that used to be the weekly program. Mm-hmm. So if any of you want to register for that, Priyanka can drop a link so you can come and attend. I think we have like over 30 people registered for already, but one person's going to be picked. After that, the masterclass I'm going to teach in October is going to be releasing psychic trauma, which includes the technique that I have that's called entity handling, and the other one that I have that's called incident handling for where there's been trauma. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. They're not negative. Okay. It may feel negative. It may make you want to kill yourself. All that may be going on, but they're there by soul agreement with you. Yeah. They're there because you have invited them in. And this is a very adult conversation. And I'm sorry if you guys don't want to believe this. This is how my belief system goes. There is nothing that happens to us without our 100% spiritual agreement. And there's some heinous stuff that has happened and I didn't want to be responsible for it. And I wanted to say, no, that's not it. It comes to you in negativity because you are literally working out karma for when you've done that in another incarnation. The class that I'm going to offer in, Priyanka, correct me if I'm right, the class I'm going to offer in November is the Akashic Records, how to read the records. And then the class I'm going to offer in December is Akashic Past Life Healing. Make sure to sign up for that one because I'll go into details. If you guys want to get trained in any of this, the class for quantum healing is starting on October 13th. It's going to be a Thursday. It runs for 6 weeks. I'm delighted out of my mind to teach all of this. Karine, thank you so much for being here, my love. Like Jesus said to me, we need to have 1 million teachers. And I'm like, all right, I better get busy. So 500 of you are going to get this recording. And I pray that you listen to it because there's so much that's here. My love, I understand that it's scary. I get the fear. If you're willing to bring all of your love and all of your light to it, and you're willing to address it, and I don't mean to make you upset by this conversation. Yeah, I understand what it's okay, baby. Let it just, it's all coming up. Just let it come up. Just breathe through it. You're okay. You're okay. I know how terrifying this can be. I know that it feels like it's out of your control, but the best news that I can possibly give you is that it is within your control. And I can teach you tools and techniques to be able to handle that stuff. That is my area of mastery. I promise you that. Will you please get in touch with me? Find me on Facebook.
Okay.
If you can't find me, you're not looking. I am everywhere. James, thank you so much, love. I'll see you soon. Oh my God, we're almost at 3 o'clock. All right. But Danielle, reach out to me and we'll address this, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I get it. I get it. I get it. I promise I have been there. And it's only because of all of the stuff I've pulled off of me, all of the stuff that I've healed, that I can even have this conversation with any of you, I promise. Okay. Stacy, can you open Stacy up?
Yes.
Okay.
Here you go.
Hi.
Hi.
I had a question about, I don't know exactly what soul contracts are, but I'm really clairaudient and I have lots of things come to me and oh, thank goodness, good things. I mean, it's really, my spirit guides are very kind to me. So, but they did say not too long ago that all my soul contracts have been filled, and I don't know what that means. And that just came to me last night. So I didn't know, haven't had a chance to really sit down and discuss it with them. And so just thought,
here's the deal. When we come to Earth for each incarnation, we make a list of what I call promises to God of what it is that we're going to do. So if they've come to you and they say to you, you fulfilled your soul contracts, then you get to make a choice of whether you're staying or not. And if you're staying, you're here to help others on their path.
Yeah, I've already been informed of that one. I know about that too.
Yeah. So soul contracts are, it's literally like I was saying, I'll take one from column A, one from column B. And some people walk in and they go, give me the whole menu. So they get, 99 things that they promised God and they got to handle them all. Whatever it is that you came in to do, if your guidance is telling you complete your contracts, I would talk to your guide and say, well, what's next for me?
They've given me some next steps.
Good.
Yeah, they have some things, some help, and yeah. But I just didn't know. So soul contracts are more like where you just, the things that you're supposed to do in your life.
Yeah, soul contracts are relationships you're meant to have, things that you're literally meant to experience. And some of them are heinous, some of them are scary.
Yeah.
Like what Danielle's going through right now. It can be absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well that helped. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. This has been great.
Yeah. For those of you that want to come get trained, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is certifying people. So you will be trained and certified in doing psychic surgery. You'll be trained and certified in clearing the clairs. You'll be trained and certified in reading the Akashic records. You'll be trained and certified in working, in releasing psychic trauma. And, as well as doing Akashic past life healing. That's my favorite work to do with clients. It's one of my favorite things to teach. And we have a lot of people here that have gotten really, really good at it. So that's available in the classes as well. And there's I have a whole list of students that are offering healings for, a full range of prices. I'm expensive to work with, that's just how I am. But I've got people that are less expensive, but not less powerful. So if you guys are interested, you can inquire about that as well. Okay, was Regina, were you ever able to unmute?
Let me try unmuting her again, Regina. Okay, Regina, are you able to unmute now?
Angie's asking where would we be able to inquire. So Laura Lee and, oh great, Regina's here. Laura Lee and Priyanka is this lovely, beautiful young Indian woman whom I adore. If she ever leaves me when life is over, I'm telling you, she knows everything. Like if you ever lose your phone and you're like, I'm screwed now because I don't have everything, Priyanka is my living iPhone. But Priyanka and Laura Lee will be reaching out to schedule appointments with anybody who'd like to talk more. We have 4 people that are on the team, and they're going to do what are called alignment opening conversations. And alignment opening conversations are to see if this work is aligned with you, and then help you figure out what's feasible for you financially to do that work. All right, Miss Regina, talk to me.
All right, I did ask you to unmute, Regina. If you can unmute, please. There's a button right on the bottom left.
We still can't hear you, love. Still can't hear you, lovely. I'm going to move on, but will you type your question in the comments, in the chat, and then Priyanka can read it?
Okay. Can we move over to Abigail?
Yes, please. Hi, Abigail.
Okay. Spotlight. Stay unmuted. Okay.
How's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
so I have 2 questions. So the first one is that I see like little angel sparks or little sparks of light. I feel like recently it's been a lot more, but I'll see them like above my husband's head or in the corner of the room, like out of the corner of my eye. And I guess my first question is, what's a good way to find clarity on like what it is or who it is, if it's an angel, if it's a guide?
Yeah. So one of the things that I do is I meditate 3 to 5 times a day, 3 for sure. I meditate in the morning, I meditate at night, meditate in the afternoon. I get at least 20 minutes in. When I go into that state, they're all there. There's like an entire pantheon of spirit guides waiting to talk. When you allow yourself to come into stillness, when you can go from beta to alpha to theta, they'll chat your ears off. Honestly, begin a daily meditation practice for yourself. And when you go in, when you can get yourself to theta, and there's so many different ways that you can do that. There's videos all over the place. There's the incredible Mind Valley community and the Silva Mind Training. When you can get yourself into theta, they'll come and talk to you. They'll come and regale you with who they are. You're definitely connected to the fairy kingdom. I have a student that's in my mastermind right now, and she's one of the queens in the fairy community. It's so
I was just given my fairy name like 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
I woke up. I'm sorry, what was that?
No, the veil is getting thinner between the 3D and the 5D. So we're starting to see the fairies and the gnomes and the trolls and the giants and the unicorns and all those things. But congratulations. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I woke up and like the name came into my mind right before I opened my eyes, and I heard Nirna. And I was like, that's gorgeous. Yeah.
They are so excited to help us. Like every time we ask for a fairy to lend the wand to bring the fairy dust, because what happens in psychic surgery is when you remove these objects, they've been feeding up, how a physical tumor in the body feeds off of the blood supply? These things have been feeding off of our psychic energy. So when we remove them, like Jennifer's going to feel so much lighter after that work we did together. Incredible.
Okay, I'm excited to watch it. I came in kind of late, so I'm excited to rewatch the beginning of that. But my second question was, Okay, so psychic attacks while dreaming. I'm a really vivid dreamer, and so when it when I have like what feels like a psychic attack, I guess my question is there a practice to develop so that you can have like an awareness of what to do in order to feel a little bit safe? And so what kind of ties to the first question is I had this like years ago, a really, really intense psychic attack while dreaming where I woke up and I was like, it's in the room, it's in the room. And I asked all my guides and angels to like make it go away. And this like bright blue light shined and filled the whole room. And I was like, what was that? And I like asked my husband, he's just like, he doesn't know. He's just like going back to bed. But so that's my question.
This harkens back to what Danielle is going through, because just because we chose it doesn't mean it's not happening. So is Danielle experiencing negative entities? Absolutely. Is it something that her soul asked her to go through? Absolutely. So for everything that you're, the psychic warfare that you're in the middle of, there are tools that you can learn. And I teach those for psychic protection. Because, if you're going into war, let yourself be ready for it, but just know that you were the one that said war. It's really that simple. You can have the tools to play the game and play the game to win, but really the winning is when you lay down the weapons of war. When you say, I'm willing to give this up. Any negativity that's coming towards us, we have to look and say, when have I done that? It's the only way out. The only way out is through. It's something that we teach for sure.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like it's happened to me once where something kept chasing me and I was able to stop and like go towards it and like sit with this scary creature and say like, how can I help you? Like, what is it that you're trying to teach me, or what is it that I can learn from you? Like, this is a piece of me, but sometimes I don't have that awareness and it's like terrifying.
Yeah. You have to allow yourself to go to the part of your mind where you remember. So one thing that Jesus says to me all the time is remember, remember, remember. And we've just closed it down and we've kept our Clairs down so that we don't remember, because we're busy, living life, living at large. All right, my love. Good job. Let's see. Aisha's hand has been up for a while.
Just adding her in.
Uh-oh.
Hi, sweet girl.
Yes, you're working. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I love your braids. Wait, she just got muted. You were unmuted and then you got muted again.
Did I unmute?
Okay. Now you're unmuted. Okay.
I have so many questions. I'm trying to narrow it down in my mind, but this is all new to me. I'm trying to figure out like how to my gifts, everything. I'm claircognate, but sometimes my imagination, my ego, and I feel like I don't trust myself with the information that's through. How do I decide?
How do you learn to trust yourself? You have to let go of your fears. The only thing that has you not trusting is what you're afraid of. And they're telling me right now, you're afraid of your own power. Just that simple. Just that simple. So I would go about, listen, I've been doing training and healing for 33 years. I have 29 certificates. Like every single day I'm working on myself. We have to go in. We have to face our fears. And as soon as you face your fears, you're going to shed them. I am so confident about myself and about all this. Mm-hmm. I have my areas where I still need to work. I still love pizza and bagels more than anything. I'm a New Yorker. I have the best bread in the world. Sorry, but it's true. It's the water. It's Atlantean water. You just have to be willing to go in and do the work on yourself. And as soon as you turn and face God and say, give it to me, I'm willing to face it. It is amazing the assistance that's going to fly to help you. Okay. I promise. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Sarah and then Tammy, and then we got to bow out because we're over an hour now. All right.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you. Hi, thank you for doing this.
You're very welcome.
So I've been working on my self journey, my healing journey for about 7 or 8 years, doing deep meditations, you know, entity clearings, all sorts of stuff. And I have this beautiful gift where things just come to me like downloads. And I have a following that I teach. I actually left corporate America and now I do all sorts of healing classes and teaching, which I absolutely love. It lights me up like nothing. And so I have been having, especially recently, I'm currently pregnant with a miracle baby. I was diagnosed in April, and here we are with this baby. And
congratulations.
Thank you. Ever since I got pregnant, I just feel this stuff just coming like crazy. And I heard your answer earlier where you said that I'm in control and I can tell them and set boundaries. But I'm really curious, like if there's anything that I could do to capture that information that I have. I've tried writing and it seems like it comes faster than I can write. I've tried voicing it and it seems like as soon as I start to record and voice out, it like stops the transmission. So I've been just sit in the transmission and take it all in. But I noticed that sometimes once the transmission is over, it's almost like, wait, where did all of that just go? So if you have any.
Yes, you literally say to them, I need you guys to slow down.
Okay.
When you're bringing me this information, I need you to bring it at half speed.
Okay.
And just negotiate with them. And, you know, when they're telling me when you were an Arcturian, you didn't need to write stuff down. You didn't need to voice it because you just remembered all of it. But there's a place where you literally turn the knob down on that, call upon your Arcturian ancestors and ask them to help you be able to retain it as it comes through, and just ask them to slow down, and they will. It's like when I had to tell them to calm down because they scared me. I scared myself, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you so much.
They'll help you. You're welcome, my love. You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Aisha.
Okay, I unmuted Aisha.
I think my hand was still up. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Then let's try, okay, Sarah and then Regina, and then please no more questions. Oh, and Tammy. All right, they're up there. Can we try Regina one more time?
Okay, here you go. Trying Regina. Yes, it's working now.
Yes, it's working now.
Hey, Regina.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm also new to this, and thank you for offering this class. I don't even know where to start. Like since I was young, I've known or just had this knowingness that I'm like a healer. It's weird to say, but I don't know how to tap into it. I don't even know. I really don't even know where to begin.
So I'm going to bottom line this and I'm going to say, come get trained.
Okay.
That's as soon as you get trained, you'll know exactly what to do. And it's very, very simple. You can train with me, you can train with somebody else, but get yourself into a training program. Because if you have the gifts, you need to, it's, you know, it's like, I want to drive, take driving lessons.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
I also feel like my third eye is closed off or something. Probably. And I've done things to try to open it, but I don't think it's helped.
Okay. So find a technique that does work for you. And I promise you that I have some. So if you want, you can come and join us and we'll get you there. That I promise you. I've mastered this thing and I'm so excited to bring it to the world. And the world needs healers like you, I promise.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And Tammy with the long, beautiful blonde hair.
All right. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can.
Okay. Hi there.
Hi.
First of all, I want to say thank you so much for this session. It's been amazing, not just for me. I know the 500 people who are on here.
You're so welcome.
I do want to say, I feel like I feel like a baby with everybody else on here. I feel so new to this. Okay. I feel like when I was younger, I had a lot of abilities that got suppressed.
Yeah.
I probably did that. I'm sure I did that. I just don't know why. Yeah. But within the last, I don't know, just the last 6 months, 8 months, I feel like I'm on this new enlightenment, this new journey where I'm getting more feelings. I have always been Cognizant. it's like I know things. I don't know why I know them. I just know them. I'm a nurse by trade. I'm a corporate nurse. I deal with a lot of people. I can walk into a room. I can read the whole room. I know. I can just, is this a good person? Is this person being honest? This person's dishonest. But I feel like I need to develop my other gifts that I know I have.
Yeah.
I'm just having a difficult time, and I'm reading everything. I'm talking to my spirits. I just feel like such a baby in all of this. Not a crybaby, but more young child.
So
that I have so much work.
What is your question?
My question is, well, I couldn't open up my third eye. Your example today, I did it with Jennifer just for myself. I was answering my own questions. And all of a sudden I saw this big purple, normally it's black every time I try to look. Occasionally I'll see something, I'll see a number, I'll see a vision. But I'm hoping that helped, because now I see color. I never saw color before.
Okay.
Is that the start? I don't know how to get this going. I guess I need more education, more teaching.
Come take the class. Come take the class.
Okay.
Learn these tools and use them. You know,
Okay.
That's the best advice that I can give you. It's simple to do. It's really, really powerful to do. It's intense to do. You may end up in tears, but I promise you, you'll get through to the other side. These techniques, I've worked with thousands of clients for tens of thousands of hours in the 33 years that I've been doing these. And every single time they work, there's not a single person that hasn't been able to have some movement. And I've had clients that'll cross their arms and go, I can't hear, I can't see, I can't teach. I have one gentleman, and now he's channeling Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Go figure. I have another woman who just talked to her dead husband. So if you're willing to do the training, and if you're willing to do the work, it doesn't matter if you think you're a baby in this, you're not. You don't have the abilities that you have, and you're a baby in this. You just have to be reminded, and that's what the training is.
Okay, thank you. Because I feel the push that this is what I'm supposed to do.
Then
I just have to do it.
So the girls are going to drop the links. Thank you, Tammy. The girls are going to drop the links for any of you that want to jump in on this. I would love to have any of you in classes. I'm teaching quantum healing for the last time this year in October. Then I'm going to have student teachers that are going to be teaching next year. This Esp Bundle, it's just getting these first two techniques out to everybody. If you want to do a year with me, if you want to do healing with me, if you want to mentor with me, which will be an opportunity for you to have one-on-one work, really, really intense. I've had quite a few people that have done that, and they're not the same. If you have questions on that, please respond to the email that'll be coming from Soma Life. Again, Priyanka and Laura Lee will help you set up appointments. I have an incredible team of people that are going to help you guys figure out where it is you need to be with what it is that you want to do. So I thank you all so much. We are 20 minutes over the hour. So I'm going to give you guys back your day and your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. I'll be back here next Friday. We'll be doing at 2:00, how to read the Akashic Records. That one will definitely be a half an hour. And then from there, we'll go into doing these monthly. You're all so extraordinarily gifted. Believe that. I understand the insecurities. I understand the lack of confidence. I understand the feeling unworthy. You were born worthy, as my mentor says, and nothing's changed. And I'm here to remind you of that. So if I can be of any assistance, please reach out. Thank you all so much. My love to all of you. Mwah. Bye, everybody.